So I finished my daughter's rod. It was her turn for me to build her a rod. I wanted it to be pretty nice. So I got on the internet and typed in fancy butt wrap. And it took me to Falconer Custom Rods. And he had a great tutorial on how to do dragon scale. So I got started. I didn't have the tool I needed to make the axis lines to make all the scales the exact same size and length. So I tried to do it by hand and I was really fighting it. And my dad asked me what I was doing, and anyhow, I told him that they were sold out of what I needed, and he told me he could make one, and sure enough, he broke out the router and pencil and paper and went to work and made me this very, very nice tool that my rod lays in here. And then this ruler lines up perfectly with the center of the routed groove, and that's how I can make my axes so everything looks perfect, such as you see here. So I went on and I put it between the wind grip, split grip, and thought that came out super nice. So I wanted to thank my dad for making me that tool. And then Kelly, who helped me with all the colors and what looks good with what, because I have no idea. Also bought Andrea a rod and got the blue braid to match up with the handles on the purple rod. I also wanted to thank Jesus Pena, who was the instructor at Mudhole that got me through the class, and he also showed me this wrap. And I really think it gives the rod something extra, because there's no way for a machine to wrap thread underneath and in between this eye. And if you don't think finding center on this eye with all these threads was tough, you're wrong. But I think it came out really, really nice. The next wrap I had a good time figuring out, and it's just amazing. I hope that the camera does it justice, but it's called a tiger wrap. And so I did 2 test wraps. One test wrap, I sacrificed 2 threads, and it really didn't look as busy as, you know, the ones you see online. And then I sacrificed 1 thread, and it was too busy. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up thinking about it, and I decided I would do 1.5. How can I do 1.5? So I was using D-size thread. So I did 1D and 1B, which was about half the width, and it really showed off all the different colors and markings, and no matter which way you look at it, you see something different every time. It's really an amazing wrap, the tiger wrap. I also got that from Falconer. And then my favorite wrap on the rod was my mom asked me, she said, "Are you gonna be doing crafts today?" And I said, "I'm not doing crafts, I'm building fish killing tools." So we got a laugh. She went on, she started looking stuff up, and then she asked me if I knew how to do sawtooth. And she said, "I think sawtooth looks very nice." So then it wasn't a question of if I knew how to do sawtooth. She was letting me know that she wanted her granddaughter to have some sawtooth wrap on her rod, and it really is. It's super neat. And then So I'm glad she pushed me into it. It came out great. And then this wrap, while I'm wrapping the eyes in, I have one thread coming up and around, and then I'm taking another piece of thread, the different color, and wrapping around the thread that's holding the eyes. And then as you go, it just starts building a pattern, and it's just amazing. It's magical. And then along the same lines as the hook keeper, I've started, when I'm building, putting the eyes on, I don't stop my wrap here at the end of the guide. I actually keep wrapping around the obstacle, around the obstacle, around the obstacle, and then from my understanding, it takes and helps hold the guide in place and helps seal it so that your guides aren't rotting from the inside out if you do a lot of saltwater fishing. So anyhow, pretty proud of that wrap. And I also wanted to thank the guys at Mudhole. I'm fortunate enough to live where I can stop by there and bother them on the way home from work. And Bob, Jack, and Jake will always sit and talk about rod building with me and help me figure out any dilemmas I'm having, get me all the stuff I need. Plus they all love fishing, so we can swap fishing stories. Really neat place up there. And lastly, I'd really like to thank an old childhood friend, Charlene. She builds rods like professionally, and she's always there if I got a quick question on how I can do something, what she thinks about a certain wrap, ideas on what kind of wraps to look up. So she has been extremely helpful, and just wanted to tell everybody thank you and use it as an opportunity to show off the rod I built. I hope everybody has a great day. Tight lines, everybody.